Among the discoveries of the James Webb Telescope, you would agree that almost all of them have been mesmerizing, ethereal, intriguing, and mind-blowing to say the least. However, that is about to change. Well, that is because the James Webb Space Telescope has discovered something in deep space that is bound to wipe out all memories that you have of the James Webb Space Telescope's other beautiful discoveries so far. If you are curious to find out, then watch this video till the end. Also, if you want to know the latest on the James Webb Space Telescope, NASA news, and other space updates, click the like and subscribe buttons. With that said, let's begin. But before we jump right in, we want to give you a bit of context to the events that led to this discovery, as it will help you fully grasp what the James Webb Space Telescope saw in deep space and why it is in fact a really terrifying thing. So, what happened was that in 1993, the Hubble Space Telescope saw a star disappear. You might be wondering, don't a lot of stars disappear or die? Well, the strange thing about this star's disappearance was that it didn't go supernova or die naturally. Rather, it simply went dark. And it all happened over the span of just a few minutes. However, the thing is, because stars that are far away in space are too faint and cannot be seen with the naked eye or without an infrared telescope, Hubble, at that time, failed to pick up this disappearance, and as a result, the phenomenal event was brushed under the rug. However, in 2007, when the same thing happened to two more stars, the event garnered much more coverage due to the concerning circumstances surrounding the event. This concern was raised because the two stars in question were part of a binary system, orbiting each other at a fairly close distance. This means that if they had been covered by a cloud of interstellar dust, as scientists had believed was the cause in the previous disappearance, they both would have seemed to disappear simultaneously or very close to it. Surprisingly though, instead, both stars faded individually over a period of minutes and separated by just an 8-hour span. What is more mind-boggling is that after scientists carefully reviewed millions of other Hubble images, two more stars were identified which had vanished in the years 1995 and 2002. Now that's a real mystery thriller waiting to be solved, isn't it? And because all of these stars belong to the same stellar neighborhood, with only a handful of light years separating each other, the only conclusion could be that some unknown influence, traveling close to the speed of light, was shrouding or destroying these stars. But unluckily, the Hubble wasn't sensitive enough to tell scientists more than that. Fast forward a few years, and surprise, in comes the savior, the James Webb Space Telescope. And without any delay, the first thing that scientists did was aim the telescope at the region of space occupied by the vanished stars. They were excited because if the stars were being blocked by dust clouds, the increased sensitivity of the JWST would finally be able to see through it, which would not only confirm that the stars were still there, but also that the speculations that had been running rampant for so many years were true. Unfortunately, luck was not on their side, as the first three stars that had disappeared were still completely dark. However, soon after, due to gravitational wave detectors, the stars started to take a stronger hold once again. What the detectors found was something odd. Not only were the stellar masses still present, but the amount of the masses had actually increased. What is more is that the observations also revealed the presence of a type of string and web-like structure stretching through space and connecting these now invisible stars. Further probing also revealed that there was finally enough ambient EM spectrum radiation left to try a mass spectrometer reading. What's that, you ask? Well, it's an incredibly useful process, as it measures the pattern of light wavelengths emitted by an object, which helps scientists to learn useful information about a star's temperature, speed, direction of movement, and of course its chemical composition. As a result, what they found was mind-blowing. First of all, the binary stars had become as cold as their surrounding interstellar medium, which meant that whatever had attacked these stars had somehow encapsulated them in such a way that completely prevented their light from escaping. Secondly, while some chemical elements such as hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and magnesium were identified, other readings didn't correspond to any known chemical elements. If you are puzzled about exactly what is happening, then just think about the scientists who are seeing this in real time. Some believed they had finally found proof of extraterrestrial life, while others backed the hypothesis that what they were looking at was a series of Dyson shells that are massive solar collectors built to completely envelop stars in order to capture 100% of their energy output. This hypothetical theory, however, still didn't explain everything. First of all, because the speed at which the stars were covered. This was done at an impossible speed. Constructing a Dyson shell from scratch in a matter of minutes was beyond impossible. Then, there were also the mysterious filaments that connected the shells over distances of light years, and no one had any idea what purpose they could serve or how they could even be built so quickly. Here is when the JWST jumped in for the rescue once again and discovered something terrifying in deep space. What the JWST detected was a series of unusual energy bursts emanating from interstellar space, occurring at the very edge of the star system, approximately 12 light-years from the binary system that vanished in 2007. These explosions were so tremendous in magnitude that it believed that they were easily billions of times more powerful than any nuclear bomb ever built. Finally, when less than a week later the explosion stopped, scientists quickly aimed their telescope mirrors towards the sky again so that they could clearly watch whatever this thing was in real time. And while, at the start, nothing seemed to be happening, soon a small shadow appeared on the edge of the luminous orb, followed by another, and then a third one as well. What the JWST telescope saw was the shadows beginning to converge, forming a strange yet somehow familiar pattern as they blocked out the star's light. This is when the realization finally hit the scientists observing the event. The phenomenon that they had been tracking for so many years wasn't some hyper-advanced alien megastructure, and the clue was the hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen, some of the familiar elements they had detected. Are you ready for the reveal? They were all components of chlorophyll. What the JWST had discovered was a plant. Yes, an enormous plant-like structure that spanned across light years, and it sucked the light of the vanishing stars to use the light to fuel itself. And finally, not to scare you or anything, scientists detected the formation of another tendril leaving its system, and its vector is believed to be headed directly for our sun. Scientists speculate that by taking into account the time lag, distance, relativistic properties, and previously observed speeds of this thing, it could freeze and devour our planet in a short period of just 27 years. With that said, what do you think about this terrifying discovery by NASA's James Webb Space Telescope in deep space? Do you think it is really terrifying, or deep down does it have you more intrigued than terrified? Let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed watching this video, do press the like button and tap subscribe to stay notified and keep watching amazing videos about space telescopes, NASA news, and other space updates. See you in our next video.